welcome back to this Hinnom Let's Play. This is turn 23. Oh gosh, what turn, or what episode? Episode 8? Episode 9? I think it's one of those two. So, for stuff going on, we see we received 3 air gems from Aruni. Checking my diplomacy. I was trading for air gems from him, and I think I was asking everyone for a couple air... Well, not everyone, but a lot of people for a little bit of air income. Or not air income, air gems. I don't think I have air income on my own yet, so I need these for constructing lightning resistance gear for my Melqarts. For site searching, nothing this turn. We find 10 blood slaves. We have our first thug-kitted Melqart fighting in a lake. So let's take a look at his gear again. Got a frost brand, vine shield, boots of the messenger, ring of regeneration, and water breathing to get underwater. So this is a sort of fully kitted early game Melqart. You can see we have 5, 10, or 15, 20, 30 gems infested on the sky, plus water breathing for these and these. So yeah, it's a pretty serious investment of gems to get this type of build out. And goes to show why doing the early Horite site searching becomes important, as you need to equip more Melqarts. Let's watch this. So we have Blessing going out. And we'll show his sort of stats once we get done. Speed it up. Alright, Astral Shields, that's the last belt. So looking at him, we see he has this Astral Shield, paralyzes attackers. For the Bless, this is a reminder of our Bless, just shock resistance, reinvigoration, blood surge. So simple Bless to fill in gaps of what our Melqarts need. So this guy is going to have 5 reinvigoration, 6 after he gets blood surge. And against troop armies it means he's going to be fatigue neutral. Well, any battle, really. So that's good to have on your super combatants like this. Well, not thugs, super combatants, however you want to say it. We see he has the full list of resistances, even if they're a little low. So gives us a bit of wiggle room if we accidentally bump into elemental threats. This guy has lucky, so with regeneration, I think it's like a 1 in 4 chance he doesn't die if he's hit, and the hit would have killed him. Then the reinvigoration brings him up above. After that script, we can see he's only 29 fatigue, so that's pretty low. You want to keep thugs below the 50 fatigue mark so they don't receive crits. Anything else? You can see his skills are kind of low, but that's because he's underwater. So I guess normally he'd be 15 attack skill, 19 defense skill, so pretty decent, but not amazing. Protection's 19, but 21 on the body, and his head protection's pretty low. He also does have pretty low morale. Only a 15 base, which I think is lower than a chunk of thugs compared to other nations, so that's sort of a weakness. So let's see this fight now, let's slow it down. So Vine Shield does its job. The Frostbrand clears 1 square of troops a turn. Astral Shield does some work as well. I'll speed it up. This battle's won. So cool. First Melqart. Got maybe a dozen kills. I don't even know where you'd find it. But yeah, the Blood Surge makes his attack skill a bit better. Adds 3 to the attack skill, 1 defense skill to what I previously said. So I think above water, what's that? It's 18 and 19? No, 18 and 20. So Blood Surge makes him a pretty hard to handle guy. Also has that 6 reinvigoration, so fatigue is no issue. Alright. This rest battle, fighting more barbs. I have no clue where that is. Events, unrest. Here we have 5 gems. Air gems, water gems, astral gems. Those are the most useful gems if I'm only gonna get a couple. They're like my most limited. And I need astral for converting to air and water gems, which I'm sort of doing a little bit of for our gear. Yeah, another fort finishing up. So with these Boots of the Messenger, you can see these Melqarts have 29 map movement. These guys can speed across my empire. So this is why I'm okay with having very little troop count before, because my Melqart can pretty much just run. This is our next Melqart, by the way, so pretty much run straight to any front from the capital. We might need him. I can even attack people from the capital. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so finally doing the skull staff now that we have a hammer free. I am sending Reverni 3 nature gems for the 3 air gems he gave me. You can see a lot of indies running about, site searching for us, alright, site searching. I don't think I'm looking to use Amis much. I'm kind of focusing on getting site searching for them. Not site searching, researching for them, but I'll search in forts. Ooh, about to cough. One moment. Okay, sorry about that. Hopefully that wasn't loud. Need some water, but don't have any here. Let's see, research 250 right now, so continuing to climb up. Okay, so here Russ is, this is where the indies popped up. So we can see Russ is getting extremely unlucky with his indies, which is in part because he has Misfortune 3. So this is why I'm not a fan of Misfortune 3. If I am going to go Misfortune, I usually only go Misfortune 2, because the vents can get really bad. If you go too deep into that Misfortune, and you can get unlucky. So here we see the Russ Pretender. It seems like he... no, but the scout wasn't here, but he has no PD here, so... Except he does. Never mind. Just confusing myself. So it's a little researcher scout. I think this scout, not a scout, human. Researching human. I think this particular guy Gets a forge bonus, possibly. But yeah, so it's running about. If it comes to the border, I would be a bit interested in jumping on this guy. And I think if I like kill him and Russ loses the incarnate parts of his bless, it would make a pretty easy war. Compared to at least having it alive. It'll make it a lot easier to fight him. The incarnate parts of his bless makes it difficult to handle. Yeah. Not touching this throne, as the border agreement I had with Russ says that he gets to have this throne, or this province. So he still hasn't taken it, but I'm still honoring that agreement even though I'm looking to fight him. I'm not like in the position to fight him. I think at this point I'm almost fully decided on fighting Russ. I know his size. This is it. He's small. He has his cap ring in 2 provinces. One province he might have stolen off of Satis. Over here, we for the first time see some Sauramadia troops and their sacreds. At least on the border of our province, and it looks like they are deployed on a front against Satis. So it seems like they might be at war. There should be no reason to have 90 sacreds sitting here unless he's at war. So thinking there's a war going on here now. We see Atlantis for the first time as well, coming onto land, and we see he has this throne. This Satis fort has a bunch of lizard junk in it. Anything else? Think this is just more turns of site searching. Infrastructure. Still have a couple forts finishing up. Construction wise, more dwarven hammers. Oh, I will explain. I am not putting hammers on these hammer producers right now. The reason for that is obviously I have like a limit of air income and water income. So I want to focus those over Earth. And then my nature income is sort of going to be my gate on how many Melqarts I can gear up. We are moving this Melqart down here. I think it is to get close to take this this lake province. I don't know if this was in range of the lake, but I think it might have been. I would have done testing with boots. Actually, well, do I have boots around? No. Boots here. So if we put boots on this monkey, should be somewhat close. Except I can't check because I need a ring of water breathing, and I don't think I have one of those. No. Alright, so yeah, just another site searching turn, infrastructure turn. That's kind of... that's the strategy right now. No new forts coming up. He'll go to the next turn. Actually, research. Okay, I'm still thinking about evocation at this point. Yeah. Okay, yeah, next turn. Sounds good. Actually, let's try to check some of those sites. Up here, that's not something we found. Did I actually find sites this turn? Okay, well over here we have this nature, and we found this fire site, 2 fire gems, that's cool. Checking messages. Nothing found this turn. Yeah, okay, next turn. And I forgot to check what turn it was. Let's see, let's hope. 24. This is the next turn, right? Right, this is a whole lot of site searching. Shine them out. Find 1 site. Sky Split Oak. I think that's an Air 1 income. I think that's it. 1 site for all that searching. Vent, +1 luck, cool. Here we get an item, Ice Sword. I think that's just Construction 0, standard weapon. Another independent attack on Russ. Necromancers this time. He is getting so unlucky with the vents. However, he also took Misfortune 3, so that's the risk you choose. Let's find that. So yeah, down here. So seems like every turn Russ is dealing with independent attacks. One of them did take out the temple here, so yep. He lost a temple for 2 indies. We look up here. Sorrow did not move any further south with this army. So that puts into question if Saramati is at war. I think we have his scout moving out. We see Saromadia has a whole bunch of forts around. Saromadia has Soothsayers, sorry. And they do not require a lab to be recruited. So it's possible he's just putting up forts to build Soothsayers and move Soothsayers to lab provinces. So Saramati is a nation who can build heavily into forts and get pretty cheap researching produced, which is sort of the theme of this game. It seems like every nation except for Mictlan are big researcher nations in this game, and I just took a research plus or build. Only exception left, I guess, is Atlantis and Russ. Russ took those drain skills. Okay, stuff going on. More crafting. Lots of crafting. I think I've said it before, I'm having to alchemize some water and or air gems to get this gear up. I'm almost at 3 water incomes, so I don't need to do alchemizing for water soon. Doing more revenants, doing 2 this turn, so gonna be up to 5 soon, which is cool. Which means I would have burned through the entirety of my death stockpile, which was sort of the goal. Just build a bunch of revenants. Alright, so building a temple here. So slowly working up to that 5 temple point. I think I'm kind of being gated by like having to build fort upgrades. So the temples are taking a backseat to upgrading forts. But I will eventually get, temples where I need them. Okay, doing a 3rd temple this turn even. So that'll be my 5th temple. Gets me bonus Dominion strength. Am I not doing a hammer this turn? Not sure why I wouldn't be. I have 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Looks like just 3. I definitely need more hammers. Okay, I got 2 sitting in the lab. So I've hit 5 hammers, and I think that's about what I want for now. I guess like I'm not using all my hammers as is, so that's what I'm figuring as how many I want at this early stage. Yeah, so site searching here. He needs to wait for a water breathing ring. Up here, there's Melqarts jumping into this lake. It does look like I'm building up troops. Yeah, definitely building up troops now. Not so much this turn, as I think I'm doing temples. That's soaking up my money. I'm even cutting a bit of mage production to get those temples out, so I really want to push out my candles so I can get this income bonus. Excuse me again, to just sort of look at the bonus income. Subtract 5 from 6, so that's 1, so it's 12 plus 1, 13% bonus gold income, so plus events, plus magic skills, so definitely want to push out my candles. Let's see, research, still going down evocation. Guess that's what I decided on. It's not what I remembered, but alright. Let's go to the next turn, I think. Just crafting more gear. Alright, next turn, turn 25. Okay, still a whole lot of site searching. And if you compare this turn to last turn for the site searching numbers, you need to like sort of count 2 turns for site searching count to see how invested you are in site searching. So like last turn it was like 10 mages site searching, this turn it's like 8. So that says we have around 15 to 20 guys site searching. Not all of them are like dedicated to it, but it's definitely a big investment of mage turns. Thunder Oak, air income, I think it's 1. Here, Enchanted Pyre, I think that's 1 fire. And that's it for this turn. Another rust battle. Here we see some mages, so that is important to see. We want to glean what tech he has. Still doing the same formation. Here we see Indie Mage. We see the Son of Heaven. Holy One. Prophet, so I am not sure what these 2 mages are supposed to be doing. These paths don't let him do anything on his own. Yeah, that's weird. Nature 2 has some uses. He can wooden warriors. That's primarily what he'd do with no gems. Still hasn't fixed the scripting error where his undisciplined troops run in front. Let's see this Horde of Skelly spam. And you can take note again, before the patch nerf, don't think it matters for this battle, but Order of Skelly was a bit stronger before. These guys have a little bit of gear. Not bad. If he gets them, it's good for him. Right, so for losses, I think we saw it, yeah. It's just slow attrition from these bear warriors. Next lake fight, I already spoiled it, but we win. This is the astral dude from before. Just show the carnage. The full buffing script goes off, and the Indies half route and fully route. And we kill 1 square of troops a turn. One event this turn. Alright, we get a lab and some gems and a ring of fire in our lake. Our first lake. So that's cool. Later on, we can do rituals that are required to be cast underwater. So say water elemental queens. You can do that from here. We don't have an immediate use for it, but it's kind of cool to get a free lab. No mages in this province, so pretty much something cool to use for later. Up here, I'm running up an army, and these guys are set up to take this throne province. I think I've done like a couple turns of troop recruitment, so I feel a bit comfortable to take this. And who is this? I missed it. We got one of our national heroes. You can read that if you want. This guy got a famous hero. So we get our Fire 4 guy, which is pretty nice. This lets us cast the ritual of Eternal Pyre. So that'll give us a investment to put our immense fire economy into. Well, not immense. Our immense fire gem pool into. Getting that Phoenix Pyre gives, I think, 20 fire gems a turn, and while fire gem's not the best gem in the game to get, as Hinnom I have a lot of uses for fire gems. Especially later on in the game. So we took this. Yep. That. I think I showed the army this fellow. Melqart is running down for this lake. It looks like this guy would not have been able to get reached there. Over here we see Miklin has fallen. There's 2 candles in there, a temple, so yeah. Here it looks Marverny has that. And he's there. Guess we're sort of seeing Marverny's scales for the first time. Looks like Growth, Magic 3, Misfortune 3, Production 1, Turmoil 3, Cold 3, so pretty low economy bless or build. He's gonna have minus 15 from cold. And all of these will be the same, so this is plus 9, this is minus 9. So he just has a minus 15 gold income from the skills. But he does get Magic 3 in his provinces, so good research. Yeah, I don't know, just Another slow turn, a lot of infrastructure. Over here we are putting this sort of justice we got from the arena to use by preaching. Do we have our 5 temples? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep. So we should have strong candle spread. 9 per month, so that's nice. Still doing some preaching up north here. This guy's running to a lab. Alright. So, yeah. Oh, actually, over here, this is a Satis Pretender. Nom nom. I believe it's a Pretender. Yeah. So, I think that's a fire something cross path. Possibly earth. Or nature? I don't know. I kind of want to say it's not earth. I am sure it's fire though, so. Another awake pretender it looked like for Satis. Awake pretenders were popular this game. Seems like, what, Marvy, Micklin, Arco, probably Satis had them, so cool. This province changed hands, so we definitely know Sorrow and Satis are at war. So Saruman is making good use of the nap I made with him, knowing he shouldn't be attacked by me, so he's fighting someone else. And that's generally how you use naps, to secure your back to fight someone. Yeah, so still no clue why Russ has this temple here. No turn we've seen mages pop out of it. I don't think mages pop out stealth from a lab, so pretty bewildering. But yeah, just a whole bunch of site searching. Am I swapping back to troop income? Troop production, let's see. Not there. Not there. A little bit there. None there. Okay, not sure where my gold's going this turn. Looks like all my forts are done though. So, forts are done, labs are done, temples are done. So all of my early game infrastructure that I wanted is done. We can see 1, 2, 3, if I can click 4, 5, 6 forts built, 5 temples built. It's at 6 plus 1. I think it's that. Yeah. So 7 labs built. 7 labs, 6 forts, 5 temples. Whole lot of gold invested into infrastructure. Which means naturally I have a small army. But of course I have this fellow with his effigy of war, hopefully intimidating people off from thinking about fighting me. So I think at this point I can say my scaling portion of the game is done. Not my scaling, but my macro portion. And I use macroing, or macro as a term to say focusing on economy. So at this point I will reap the benefits by having high mage production, by having a large amount of provinces to recruit troops from, and I also should have good gem income. You can see the only armies I have moving are here. And I have 2 Melqarts running here. 1 Melqart running here. The rest is just site searching. So you can see a lot of arrows for site searching around. Even he looks like he's site searching. At this point I have 3 fire Melqarts, 2 astral Melqarts, so I'm not getting the early game earth Melqart I want. It's unfortunate in that front, but I have a hero. You can sort of see 3 of these big population eaters are being thrown into this desert. Not desert, wasteland, to eat away the population here. So yeah, let's show the gem income. Have a bit of everything now. Nature is really high. So yeah, macroing's paying off. Even though I'm missing a lot of site searching, if you just look here. I think one episode ago we just basically had Horites searching going for us. But now we have like half Air 1 done, half Astral done. Good chunk of Fire, good chunk of Blood and Holy. Also like half Water, so site searching is definitely progressing. Those arrows or plus signs might be new for that. But yep. I guess we can show scales. Excuse me. Sorry, excuse me, losing my voice a bit. Pretty steady on provinces. Just taking some lakes, forts. They're all done. Income is slowly creeping up from lakes. If we compare provinces, you can sort of see this is from like pushing out scales, reducing unrest. Gem income still growing. Research is curving upwards a little. Dominion is going really strong right now. Army, yeah, you can see let's compare that to forts. Okay, yeah, so as I was finishing forts, you can see I've turned over to armies, and in say 2 or 3 turns I doubled the size of my army. So it's sort of a mix of showing how small it was and how quickly I can make troops. I think that covers it. Thank you for watching. Guess this went on long as well. Almost at 40 minutes for 3 turns, so I don't know, I think I need to work on shortening the length I ramble. But thanks for watching, see you next time.